Hey, welcome to Budgeting for Our Shay, where we are intentionally building the life that we want. Today I'm doing a cash stuffing. This is my first check of August. So we should have $1,125 to stuff. All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna start by unstuffing my cash wallet. I used pretty much everything in here. I have, as expected, well, I'm saying as expected, gas, but I will get into my car issues. I always say, if it ain't one thing, it's another. That always rings true, especially, hey, I'm trying to get my money together and all of a sudden, incident, right? And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to make it work. So there's $7. I'm gonna put that over to the side. So I'm going to stuff my cash wallet. So eating out is getting $50. Gas is getting $5. Groceries is getting $120. Hey, we have a star note. Should I put this to the side? I didn't look. I literally just came from the bank. I'm gonna put this to the side. So I guess it's getting, no, I'm still gonna put $120 in groceries because I need $120 in groceries, but I'm just gonna not stuff something else that needed a $20 bill. And then miscellaneous is getting 40, it's getting 20 and 2 10s. I already have a plan for one of these 10s, which is why I just didn't do 2 20s. Our public library, they actually have a bookstore in one of the libraries that is close to me, and I just learned about it, so I was like, okay. And some of the books are like $1 each, so I'm gonna give myself a $10 budget to go get some books today, because I learned about it like a week ago. Well, I learned about it over the weekend, but they're only open Thursday through Saturday. And so, yeah. I'm just gonna put this over to the side. All right, so now we're gonna go into, I'm gonna call this my, instead of short-term, my revolving funds. So I'm gonna put the rollover into buffer. I didn't grab from buffer. I will say I also keep a buffer in my bank account, and I definitely exhausted that, but I didn't use anything for cash. So now we have 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 in buffer. My goal for buffer is $250. I did create a like a spreadsheet to help me keep track of like goals for each of the sinking funds and you know, where I am, and to track like when I take out and add in. Saver one, I just have to empty this to pay back my credit card. So this is basically like my spent envelope. Car, so my car's check engine light, I said that I would suffer through. My car's check engine light came on. I was like, I'll have to go into my emergency fund. But BMW was like, I put it in the shop on Monday, and they were like, oh yeah, well, it could take 2 to 3 days for somebody to look at it. On the 3rd day, nobody reached out to me, and I'm like, give me back my car at this point. Well, I was like, oh, can I get a loaner? They're like, oh, you don't qualify for a loaner because you either have to have bought it at principal of BMW Mini San Antonio, or it be less than 10 years old, which my car is 12 years old. So I I'm really hoping that my car can last at least another 8 months and I would feel comfortable at that point. But if not, then I'll just have to figure out how to get a new vehicle. But yeah, at this point, I'm gonna give my car back. So I'm gonna go pick it up today and then maybe make an appointment. But I just can't be without a car. I've been taking Ubers everywhere. So I just can't be without a car for that long of a time. But car is getting 60 because this is for anything car related. So like maintenance, tags, but clearly I need to stuff this more because this might have to go toward a new car as well, even though that I'm also stuffing an envelope for that. So we have 50, 70, 90, 100 in car. So it's not quite dead yet, my car, but it's coming to that time. Chadwick, who's my cat, he was on the table earlier. I don't know if he made it into the video, but Chadwick is my cat. I spent nothing on him the last 2 weeks. So now he has 20, 40, 50, 60. Speaking of, he just jumped back on the table. So probably more than likely you'll see him in this video. Clothes is not getting anything. Coltrane is getting $30. I did have to buy some food for Coltrane. So he's at 20, 30, 40, 45, 46. I realized my pinkies were doing a lot of work, a lot of movement, a lot of razzle dazzle last video. I'm gonna try to be cognizant of it, but if it happens, it happens. Decor gets $5. Like I said, I forgot to make sure I stuffed every single envelope. So this is just the I hate to be default, making sure it gets something. Gift is getting $10. So it now has $30. Hobbies is getting $10. We are at 20. Locks is getting $80. So I know I talked about hey, $50 plus a little bit for a tip, but I just did a consultation for a transfer. So, and I do based off of now I'm taking a lot of vitamins. My hair is growing more, so I would need a retwist every 6 weeks instead of every 8 weeks. But she's a little bit cheaper. Well, she has a starting at $140. Either way, my goal is $200 every 3 weeks now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to stuff this a little bit more. If I don't have everything by the next appointment, then I'll probably use just the buffer that I have in my check-ins account. But now this has 50, 120, 130. Self-care is getting $10, so that puts it at 20. And then travel is getting the default. Hey, we just need something. I'm not prioritizing travel right now because I need a car. All right. Now we're gonna go into, I'm gonna call these my installations, right? Instead of long-term. I guess long-term still fits, right? It's not something I go into often. So I'm only stuffing 3 envelopes in this. So holiday, which is getting $50. So it now has 50, 70, 90, 95. And then, okay, so Whip It. Okay, so this might go back to that Star Note 20. That's the one I said I was gonna skip, but I just had this whole spiel about how my car is probably about to give out. So what I'm going to do is Holiday. So technically Holiday got 30 and I put 20 and Whip It. And then going forward, I'm gonna have to aggressively stuff this one. Okay, so Whip It now has 20, 40, 60, 65. All right, so then my emergency fund challenge. So I'm gonna put 390 in here. So that's 100, 200, 300, 325, 350, 60, 70, 80, 90, 390, 350, 60, no, 70, 90, these 50s. All right, so add that in. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 550, 570, 590, 600 in emergency fund. I am aggressively, obviously, stuffing this one as well. I want to at least have my baby emergency fund, which for me is at least 1 month of expenses, which is $4,750. So, and by the end of the year, which, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, so the rest of my money is going to a savings challenge, which is the 100 envelope challenge. Boo. Boo. Hold your horses. Okay. So I got this from Amazon. I had started this before, so if you were on my channel before, you probably had seen when I was doing shorts for the 100 envelope. I am house sitting for a friend, and I took all of my stationery things over here. So this is literally the only Sharpie I could find. So save for, I'm just gonna put EF for emergency fund. This is going to my emergency fund. Start date is 8/7. I'll probably just redo it whenever I get a good Sharpie, and I am doing 1 through 20 today. So for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna necessarily do it as good. Next time you'll probably see that I have the, since made it nicer as far as the coloring in. But I am doing 1 through 20 today. Okay. And so also, like I said, I've done this before, so there's little crumbs and stuff. So I'm going to do, I don't want to do it with ones. So that's why I have all these 5s. I don't want to do it with ones. I'm going to see, I'm going to try to just do the fold in half and slip and see how easy it is. And if not, I might have to do it in thirds. Let's see. Okay, this is not horrible. So 1. Sorry, let me move my calculator. 2. So that means it should then still equal out the 50-50. Uh-oh, I want them all facing the same way. Because I'm overstuffing 1 through 4, but then I'm understuffing, you'll see. I'm understuffing 6, 7, 8, and 9. Obviously 5 is getting 5. So I just overstuffed 6 or 4 with $1. Now I'm understuffing 6 with $1. So it isn't equaling itself out. And then I'm not dealing with all these. I mean, I'll be dealing with a lot of 5s, but I'd rather deal with a lot of 5s than a lot of 1s. And it's still a lot less bills in the long run. Me and Lincoln about to be besties. And I will say, if you actually crease the dollars, you'll probably keep it, the binder a little less poofy by the end. But doing it in half, at first, when I used to do it before, I would do it in 3s because I was like, oh, it's gonna be too hard to do halves, but these aren't that bad. This isn't that bad. So 8. Nine. All right, 10. All right, we halfway there, All right, so that means 11 is getting 15. and so forth and so on. All right, if y'all have ever done the 100 envelope challenge, what did y'all spend it on? So obviously, like this, this will save $5,050, and like I said, my baby emergency fund goal is $4,750 before I start tackling debt. So whatever is extra. So obviously there's going to be about 200 extra, 250, 300 extra from the challenge, and then minus whatever I'm actually stuffing, which more than likely, well, one, this car situation, but also maybe it's just going to pay debt, because once I have the emergency fund built up, it's basically just about paying off some debt. And then I'm the type of person where like maybe I'll pay off some debt and then I'll start saving again, and then stop saving and then paying off some more debt. But I understand like these interest rates, we're literally stealing money from ourselves by not paying down debt. So I will see once I get there, but I know I know for sure like my main priority is the emergency fund. But once I, get to that goal, then I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with the money. I guess I'll have to see. I actually did plan out how to make sure that I complete this by the end of the year. So if my car, like I said, my goal is 8 months then to have to buy a new car. But yeah, I mean, it could be, all of it has to go to the car depending on what's going on. But for sure, I do not want to touch any of this money before the challenge is completed. Because that's what happened before. I actually got to like in the 30s, and before I did it where it's just like I'm going in order. And then like something with my house came up, had to pay for that. And it's not necessarily that I even had to use this money, but it was like if you use your credit card, there's a fee, and it's just like, okay, let me just use the cash. Which is a lot of like why I plan on keeping like I want to call it revolving funds in cash, because like even like the car dealership, right, BMW, the vet, all these places actually want you to pay cash. And I'm saying that they want you to pay cash because they as a company have to pay fees for people using credit cards, and so they try to put that fee off on the consumer. So if you have $1,000 vet bill or $1,000 car repair, and then they're charging you 3%, 4% on top of that because you use your card, you might as well use cash, especially if you're already cash stuffing. All right, so now the 100 envelope has been stuffed 1 through 20, and it looks so pretty. So getting excited. I'm like, obviously now I'm anxious for the next time I get paid so that I can catch stuff again. Thank you so much for watching my video, and stay tuned for the next one. My goal, I think I gained 2 subscribers for my last video and I got 7 views. So my goal is to get 10 views and 3 more subscribers, which would put me at 10 subscribers. So if anybody that you know are into finances, cash budgeting, trying to get into their finances, please refer them to my channel. I have this empty envelope back here that I'm gonna put the star note in. Sorry, I got distracted. I just saw this. I was like, let me do something with it. But yeah, please engage with me in the comments. I would love to hear about what you guys are doing and saving for.